Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song by the BoDeans called Still the Night. And we're going to start out on a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger is going to go to the low E string on the 3rd fret, and third finger is going to go to the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And randomly through the tune, actually, you may want to play around with that voicing for G major, or if you kind of take your 3rd finger from where you are and go to the B string 3rd fret, and take the pinky and go to the high E string on the 3rd fret, then that's still a G major, so you may want to think about kind of using that voicing too. And then from there, we're going to go into a C major chord. And the way you play C major, first finger is going to go to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, the third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a C major, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, another C major voicing you may want to play around with through the tune is something called C major 9. And the way you play C major 9, first finger is going to go to the D string 2nd fret, second finger on the A string 3rd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E on the 3rd fret. And that might make your change actually to the C a little bit easier on just having to move just the first and the second finger together. And then from the C, we're going to be going to a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you kind of strum just the D, G, B, and E, then that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And randomly through the tune, actually, you may want to kind of play around with something called D sus, where you kind of take the pinky from where you are and kind of add him in on the 3rd fret on the high E string. Sometimes I'll kind of substitute in D sus for D. Or you can even go back to the D and kind of lift off the 2nd finger, and that's called D sus 2. And sometimes I'll even kind of make up licks around those particular D chords. But the song actually starts out with this really cool arpeggio, and what arpeggio means is broken chords around the chords that we're just playing. So if you take the G chord and then kind of play the E string, D string, G string, and then the A string, and then the G string. That's kind of the arpeggio at the beginning. I'm kind of doing that hybrid picking, so I'm using my pick for my basses, and then using the fingers for the other notes of the chord. And then from there, you kind of go to the C chord, and we do that same arpeggio, but now starting from the A string, D string, G string, and then the A, G. And then there's this cool little D lick where you kind of play the open D, and go 2nd fret on the G string, and then we do a little bass run on the A string, going 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then open A. So the notes you're actually kind of playing through that lick is kind of G, D, G, B, G, G, D, G, B, G, C, E, G, C, G, D, A, C, B, A. And the second time through, actually through that lick, it almost sounds like you would end up doing kind of a bend, but actually you've got kind of a couple options here. And it's really kind of a G note kind of going to an A note. One way to do that is to kind of take the D string on the 5th fret and then slide it to 7th fret. That A to a G note in is to kind of take that 5th fret on the D string, and you can kind of slide that to 7th fret. Another possibility would be to take that 5th fret on the D string and then try and bend it into the B note or into the A note. So you kind of doing an A, G bend. Oh gosh, I'm so afraid I'd break a string doing that. But you may want to kind of play around with that, especially on electric. That could be a little bit easier. Or you could play open G and do a hammer onto the 2nd fret. So on that last little D part, you may want to kind of think about kind of using that. You have kind of that C that we're coming into, and then we kind of go to is kind of a stop time. Now a lot of times with a song like this, though, to kind of support my voice, I like using something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And our verse chorus, actually, if we're going to try our chord progression with that strum pattern, one way to do it would be doing kind of a down, down, up on the G, and then kind of going to the C for a down, down, up, and a D with a down, down. So if you tried it that way, you'd have G with a down, down, up, down, C with a down, down, D with a down, down, G with a down, down, up, down, C with a down, down, D with a down, down, G with a down, down, up, down, C with a down, down, D with a down, down, G with a down, down, up, down, C with a down, down, up. And you'll hear through the tune actually where there's some hits on the D chord, where you may want to take the D and just kind of do it down and kind of kill it with your right hand. So I'm kind of playing it down and just throwing my hand to the strings to kind of kill the sound. So you're going to listen out for those. Now, if you're really, really quick, you can get the down, down, up, down, up to kind of fit in. And then this is kind of tricky, but you've got to be thinking 2 G's, a C, and a D. So you have G with a down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, kind of get that to work. Now another thing that I like to add to a song like this though is bass notes, and a lot of times, and the arpeggio kind of really supports this. A lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can do a bass note for the chord to kind of simulate playing with a bass player. So the low E string would kind of be your bass note for your G chord. So you could be thinking low E bass, down, up, down, G, low E bass, down, up, down. And on the C chord, you'd have the A string for your bass. So an A bass, down, up, down. And on the D chord, you have the D string for your bass. So D bass, down, up, down, up. So we tried that kind of going back to kind of the more halving thing. You could do the G with kind of your bass down, up, down, up, and then hit the C with the bass down, up, and then the D with the bass down, up, G with the bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, G with the D bass down, G with the E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, G with the D bass down, G with the E bass down, up, down, C with an A bass down, up, D down, kill it. Kind of listening out for those. So you may want to kind of try it that way. Now, if you're quick enough, you can get the bass down, up to work through the chord progression too, at kind of that faster tempo. And this is tricky, but you could have G with kind of a bass down, let's see, bass down, up, down, G, bass down, up, down, C, bass down, up, down, G, the bass down, up, down, G, bass down, up, down, G, bass down, up, down, C, bass down, up, down, G, the bass down, up, down. So you want to kind of experiment with that too. Now, at some points in the tune, it almost feels like you kind of do a kind of a bass down on each chord. And this is kind of tricky. It's almost kind of like a bass down, kill it, bass down, kill it, C with the bass, down, kill it, D with the bass, down, kill it, G bass, down, kill it, bass, down, kill it, C with the bass, down, Q with the bass, down, kill it. So you may want to kind of play around with that too. So it almost feels like a ska or reggae kind of thing, kind of working the song that way. And then we're basically going to be repeating those parts until we get to our bridge part. From there, we're basically repeating that until we get to our bridge part. And our bridge starts on C major, and then we go to a G major chord, and then we go to a C major chord, and then we kind of do some hits on a D major where you could kind of do kind of that down, kill it, down, kill it, down, kill it. So we tried our bridge with just our down, down, up, down, and actually now it kind of seems like the chords kind of last a little bit longer. So you got C with the down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, kill it, down, kill it, down, kill it. Or you could add basses to that, and then you have G with or C with the bass, down, down, G with the bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, D, down, kill it, down, kill it, down, kill it. Or if you're really, really fast, you could kind of work it almost like a double chord thing, where you'd have C with a down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, kill it, down, kill it, down, kill it. Or you could get in your basses with that and have C with the bass down, up, down, C, 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 bass down, up, down, D, down, down, down. So we want to kind of play around with that. And then from our bridge, we're going to be going back into kind of our progression, our verse chorus progression. And there's this really cool solo actually that kind of comes in there, where you can kind of play the 7th fret on the D string and kind of do a bend there. And then we do a 7/5 on the D string. And then we kind of start this really cool lick where you start 2nd fret on the G string and kind of do a slide to 4th fret. And then 3rd fret on the B string, 4th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 4th fret on the G. And then we go back to 3rd fret on the B string, and then we do a hammer on from 3 to 5. So you kind of play 3rd fret and kind of let your finger kind of fall, go down the string to carry the sound. And then you go back to 3rd fret on the B, and then we go to 4th fret on the G string and do a slide back to the 2nd fret on the G. And then we do an open G, and then we go open G, and then 2 on the D, and then open G, and then 2 on the G, and then we do a slide back to 4, and then go back to 2nd fret on the G. So you got that 7/5, 7/5, 2 4 3 4 3 4 3 3 5 3 4 2 0 2 0 2 4 2. And then we almost kind of have that come back again. It's kind of like a little tag. Where we go 4th fret to 2nd fret slide, and you can even do a pull off to the open G. And then we go to 2nd fret on the D string and do a pull off of open D. So I'm kind of playing the note and kind of letting my finger fall off the string to the open. And then we go back to that 2/4 slide. And then the 3 4 3 4 3 3 5 3, and then we still do that 4 2 slide, but then we go 2 on the D, and then open G, and then 2 on the D, and then open G, and then we go back to that 2 4 slide, 2 on the G. So going to kind of play around with those licks too, or you could kind of work it with just the intro lick actually, that G lick, and then the C lick, and then the D, G, G, C, D, and you could even kind of throw in that bend if you're kind of digging on that, or you could just strum through it. And we could do it with kind of the down, down, up on the G, and the down, down, up on the C and D, and then we have G, the down, down, up, C, down, down, D, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, D, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, D, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, D, down, down, up. Or we could add basses to that, and have G, the bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, D with an E bass, down, G with an E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, D with an E bass, down, G with an E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, D with an E bass, down, G with an E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, G with an E bass, down, or we could kind of try and double time that, and then we'd have G with a down, down, G, down, down, C, down, down, D, down, 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 G, down, down, G, down, down, C, down, 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 D, down, 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 or we could throw in our basses with that. And have G with a bass down, down, G bass down, down, C bass down, down, D bass down, down, G bass down, down, G bass down, down, C bass down, down, D bass down, down, and then at the very, very end, actually, I think I played just a big G chord, just kind of end off the tune. But that's the basics of how you can strum through "Still the Night" by the BoDeans. So good luck.